What's up, everyone? Welcome to my live chat. Today we are talking, what does Autumn eat? That seems to be a very big question on social media these days. So I decided I'm gonna take you guys through a full day of how I eat. Let's get started. Let's jump right in. We're gonna start with my first meal of the day. It's always eggs. I tend to be a creature of habit. So it's usually eggs prepared one of a couple ways. So what I started for you guys today is eggs scrambled. So what this is, I already did a little bit of the prep work. It's egg whites along with one egg scrambled with spinach. When I do this, I do it in my frying pan. I do it with just a tiny little bit of coconut oil spray, a little once over on the pan. I put my spinach in first, saute it up for like 30 seconds because I don't like it super wilted. I add in the eggs. They take about 2 to 3 minutes to cook down. My eggs are good to go. If I do scrambled eggs, I always pair it with steel cut oatmeal, which I also started. So this is what my steel cut oatmeal looks like. I buy it in bulk. I get it at Whole Foods and then I just keep it in here. So once it's cooked, I do this. I cook it on the stovetop with water. This is how I season it. This is one of my favorites. It's pumpkin pie spice. I don't measure this, you guys. I just kind of shake it on. Flavor. There's no calories in pumpkin pie spice. It's just however you like it. A little agave, and I do mean a little when I do this one. I didn't open this. This is new. Hold on.
Oh, my bad.
It's okay. You know. People that prep me didn't have it open, but it's okay. Okay, so literally a tiny bit, that's all the agave I put in there. And then my favorite is the organic peanut butter. I'm sure you guys hear me talk about peanut butter all day long. So I do like teaspoon. I mix it up. And that's it. That's my breakfast. Honestly, the longest part about preparing this is the oatmeal cooking. And so what I always do is I start the oatmeal and then I make the eggs. And then it's all about ready at the same time. And weird fun fact about Autumn, I don't like to eat my food hot. I've waited tables my whole life and then I became a mom. So having a hot meal is not something I'm even used to. So I kind of actually like to eat my eggs while my oatmeal cools down a little bit. But there it is. That is what meal number 1 of the day looks like. Gets me off to a good start. So then, after meal number 1, what do? I drop my son off at school and I get my workout in. Now, sometimes I'm working out at home. A lot of times I like to hit up the gym where I can get a little bit heavier weight into my workout. But within an hour after finishing my workout, I always get my Shakeology in. So for me, my Shakeology is, it's either vegan chocolate or a regular chocolate, just depending on what I have. I like them both. Switch it up a little bit, but I am a chocolate girl. So here's what it looks like. Again, this is so easy and fast. My scoop of Shakeology. There's protein in there. It's very important after a workout for rebuilding muscle. Banana, potassium, and carbs, also very important after a workout, especially if I've just gone really heavy. What would a meal be without peanut butter?
More peanut butter?
More peanut butter. Hold on, I'm grabbing a spoon. Yes, I love peanut butter. We all know this. By the way, I get 4 teaspoons throughout my day when it comes to 21-day fix. So this is 2 of them, okay? Between the breakfast and this.
Can I have this spoon?
Yes, you may have this. Keith is off camera asking if he can have the spoon. Sometimes I use water, but a lot of times I like to use coconut almond milk. I do get the unsweetened because, believe it or not, it is still a little bit sweet, so it's plenty. I do all of this by sight, you guys. Yes, a lot of people on the 21-day fix, you guys are using the container. I've done it long enough. I can do it by sight now. So then I put my ice in and I will blend it up. I'm not blending it up on camera because it's too loud. But ta-da, that's meal number 2. It's so good. I love Shakeology. Meal number 3. You guys are gonna laugh at me. I'm a creature of habit. It's eggs. So this time I'm gonna do sunny side up eggs. You just saw how much spray I actually use. It's not a lot. Let's get this out of the way. We'll put the peanut butter aside. I won't be a pig. Okay. I'm using a little stovetop here, makeshift kitchen, Beachbody headquarters today. But same thing, I would do my egg in the frying pan. I'm gonna let that heat up for a second. Let me show you guys. So I do 1 to 2 slices of Ezekiel toast. Again, it depends on what my workout for the day has been, just how many carbs I'm gonna have. But for today, I'm doing 1 slice of Ezekiel toast. I already did 1 sunny side up egg. I love sunny side up eggs. I seriously could eat them for like every meal. You're probably laughing at me, but I'm not kidding. I could eat eggs all day long. Crack it in the frying pan. It's gonna cook down. And that would be my meal number 3. It's so easy. It's my protein. It's my carbs. Now, in addition to this, I'll show you guys while this is cooking. I'm also gonna do a small apple and 10 almonds. So that's gonna be meal number 3. This is cooking. I'll keep talking while this cooks. Da, 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 da. Meal number 3. Meal number 4. I told you guys I like to eat. I think you guys probably didn't really believe me, but this is for real what I eat in a day. Meal number 4, ground turkey and sweet potato. So again, I already prepared this, but let's talk about what I did. Ground turkey. I like the Jennie-O 99% lean ground turkey. Again, I will do this in my frying pan. Quick little spray just so nothing sticks. I do the entire pound at a time. This particular time, I did like a taco seasoning, but I did my own. So I did black pepper, red pepper, chili powder, Tabasco sauce, a little bit of coconut oil, and I also used Mrs. Dash. It's like a Southwestern fajita mix. I try to limit the amount of salt that I use in my cooking. Now, another thing you can do if you don't have all of those ingredients lying around, Mrs. Dash is salt-free. This is their taco seasoning, so you could just use this when you're making your ground turkey. But there's a million different ways I'll saute up the turkey. Like I said, this time I went with ground turkey. I store the entire pound in a container because I will eat this multiple times in a day, as you will come to find out. The sweet potatoes, what I'll do is I'll usually prep 3 or 4 sweet potatoes at a time. So I take 1 sweet potato, I use the potato peeler, I take the skin off, I chop it into like 4, 5, maybe 6 slices, depending on how big the potato is. They all go in a baking sheet. I give it a quick little spray with the coconut oil. I'll either sprinkle a little of the pumpkin pie spice on there or a little bit of cinnamon on there. I bake it in the oven at 375 for about 20 to 25 minutes. When you stick a fork in the potato and it's soft, it's done. But then I have a set to go throughout the week so that I'm not every single time I want sweet potatoes having to bake one, because like I said, they do take 20, 25 minutes. And then I will just plate it. So there is the next meal. That egg is almost ready, but it's still going. That also comes with, let me not forget, another apple, and I would do 10 more almonds with that sometimes. Again, that would depend on if I put peanut butter in the oatmeal and if I put peanut butter in the Shakeology. Since I did put peanut butter in both of those, I would not necessarily do almonds at this meal. This egg is just about finished, so let me just, it looks all pretty the way Ani plated it, but now I'm gonna ruin it. The trick is always not to break the yolk in the pan, because that's my favorite part, is the yolk. I like to dip my bread in it. Ta-da! But see how quick, easy, like Ezekiel toast in the toaster, eggs in the pan. I don't do these huge elaborate meals. I go. If the food takes me longer than 5 to 10 minutes max to make, that's more than, I don't have that time. I'm a busy lady. Okay, 2 more meals to go. Let's include this in here so you guys see everything that I get to eat. 2 more meals to go. I'm gonna show you guys, these 2 kind of combine as one. My last 2 meals of the day will always just be protein and veggies. I don't eat carbs after 5 p.m., sometimes after 4 p.m., depending on where I'm at in my training. But like I said, I always try to make sure the carbs are done. So the fruit, the yellow, the purple containers, those are all done. This salad, I would actually do about half of that as my salad. But meal 5 and meal 6 will be the exact same. This is mixed green salad, cucumbers, tomatoes, and bell peppers and chopped up carrots. So I would do all of those. Like I said, I would do about half of this for one meal number 5 and then half for meal number 6. I put the ground turkey on top. And then I don't even get fancy with my dressing. I know there's recipes. We gave you guys recipes in 21 Day Fix, and they're amazing and they're fun, and I do like to use them sometimes, but really, when Autumn makes a salad, it kind of goes like this. A little bit of olive oil. I'm putting more on there because this is actually 2 salads in one. Little olive oil, a lot of balsamic, because there's not really calories in the balsamic like there is in the olive oil. And then I'll do one of 2 things. Again, depending on sodium intake. Mrs. Dash, garlic and herb. This is Trader Joe's everyday seasoning. This has a little bit of sea salt in it, but it's, what's in here? It is sea salt, mustard seeds, black peppercorns, onion, garlic, paprika, chili powder. You know, little mix of everything. So, dash of this. Couple of those. That would be meal 5 and meal 6. That's it, you guys. Like I said, there's not, when I make my food for the day, it's really not that fancy. I keep it simple. I keep it basic. If I want something fancy, chances are I'm going to go out to a restaurant to have it. But yeah, that's how I do it. Keith, what else you got for me?
We got a couple questions.
We got questions coming in.
Questions.
Hit me.
The coconut oil spray, why do you prefer that over like actual oil? I mean, it's like...
Well, okay, there's a couple reasons I use the spray. So sometimes I use coconut oil spray, sometimes I use olive oil spray. I like the spray because I can control how much goes into the pan. If I'm pouring olive oil into the pan, I'm gonna get more oil on my food than I would actually like. I alternate back and forth between the coconut and the olive oil spray. I have both of them. Coconut oil is fantastic for you. Your body uses it a little bit differently than it uses regular oil. It's a medium chain fatty acid. So basically what that means is the way it burns in your body is it burns as energy, as fuel, instead of storing as fat. So I alternate back and forth. They're both in my cabinet. It's usually whichever one's in front is the one I grab.
Cool.
What else you got?
Another question. Jahar wants to know, they are they're trying to lose the last 5 pounds. So like, how much does food play a role in?
How much does food play a role in losing the last 5 pounds? That is everything. Those last 5 pounds are the most stubborn, as most of you will come to find out, and that's usually where tweaking your diet comes in. So if you're using the 21 Day Fix especially, hopefully that's helping you just shred the weight. Eat from the top 1/3 of all of the lists. So avoid the bottom half of the list. You'll be getting the best results from using 21 Day Fix by eating off that top 1/3 of the list. Those are the absolute healthiest foods you could be picking from. That should help with the last 5 pounds.
All right. We have another comment or question. Seems like you're a very picky eater. I guess.
It's actually, I'm the exact opposite. I'm not picky at all. I really look at food as like, it's just fuel for my body. It's not picky. I just like to keep it simple because I'm on the go. I'll give you guys a rundown of what my day looked like today. I was up at 6. I was getting camera ready. I was at a football field by 7:30. I did an NFL workout for my YouTube channel with 3-time Super Bowl winner Willie McGinnis. So stay tuned, that's coming to YouTube. So I filmed that for a couple hours. I drove straight from the football field in Woodland Hills to Santa Monica. That's about a 30-minute drive. I took a conference call on the way. I got down here. I filmed 2 more YouTube videos, also coming your way. I went straight from filming the YouTube videos into this live chat. After this live chat, I will head to the gym, get my workout in, pick my son up from the babysitter, make him dinner, get him in bed, shower myself. As you guys can see, I have insane days. Like, these are my days. I just don't have time to say like, okay, I'm gonna have eggs and then I'm gonna have turkey and then I'm gonna have salmon, and I just don't make elaborate meals. So it's not picky. I just eat to make sure I'm fueled to get me through the day.
There's another question from Deanna.
Yes.
Hey Deanna.
Hi.
She wants to know, is there any other ways to like prepare lentils, or are lentils one of the foods you eat, and if there's a good recipe for lentils besides the one that's in the...
This is what I will say about lentils. I do eat them sometimes. I am terrible at preparing lentils. I don't know why, but like I can hardly ever get it right. For some reason, they always turn into mush on me, so I don't prepare them very often. If I want to eat them, I usually go to Whole Foods and get them already cooked. But the recipe in the 21 Day Fix is a fantastic recipe. I'm sure there are plenty more on the internet. I wish I had one to give you right now, but I don't. Sorry.
We got a couple comments from Shannon. Looks good, girl.
Thank you, Shannon.
Another comment from Candace. Yeah, I hate being in the kitchen. This looks so easy. This is completely my style.
Thanks, Candace. Yeah, and actually the funny thing is I don't mind being in the kitchen if I have time, but I hate even more feeling rushed and like my food isn't going to come out well if I'm sitting there trying to do something fancy and then it tanks.
So I have another question or comment, and the question is, if you eat this every day, like how often do you switch it up? So like turkey, turkey.
Yeah, how often do I switch it up? Okay, eggs are for breakfast, like I said, every morning, whether I do them sunny side up or scrambled or in an omelet, but I always make myself eggs. And then it's either Ezekiel toast, oatmeal, sometimes I'll do a little combo of oatmeal and quinoa. On the weekends, I do let myself enjoy a little bit more. So like if I'm making my son French toast, I'll make myself maybe French toast too. But if you follow me on Instagram, you know that my French toast is the exact same thing as 2 eggs with Ezekiel toast, because that's what I use. So breakfast is always the same. When it comes to the protein that I'm eating for the rest of the day, so like this, if I made a pound of turkey, that would probably last me a day and a half to 2 days. So I might eat turkey for 2 or 3 meals on a Monday and on a Tuesday, and when it's gone, I'll prep the next thing. So maybe then I'll switch it up and do a little bit of salmon. If I do fish, I don't cook large quantities of fish at one time because for some reason that trips me out. Like that that needs to be prepared a little bit more like right on the spot for me. But I will do steak in advance. I'll cook like 2 or 3 steaks, small, and then I'll use those. Sometimes I'll make a thing of turkey and a thing of steak and maybe a thing of chicken, and I'll rotate between the 3. Like I've said before, I use Sundays as my prep days. So on Sunday, I kind of decide like, okay, this is what I'm gonna have for the week, and then I cook everything as I need it. Usually it's like I prepare my sweet potatoes. If I'm baking broccoli or Brussels sprouts, I'll cook those so there's a big container of them ready to go, and then I'll do my proteins. But yeah, I switch it up every 2 to 3 days. I alternate.
Cool. Run down your Shakeology recipe for people again. They missed it.
Yeah, Shakeology. It's the same one I always talk about. Again, creature of habit. I don't change things up. It's a scoop of chocolate, so it's either vegan or our regular, just depending on what I have on hand. 1 banana, 1 teaspoon of peanut butter. Sometimes I use the coconut almond milk. Sometimes I just use water. I throw a little ice in there and blend it up. It's delicious. I love it. Kind of feels like a cheat, but it's not.
I think I already know what you're going to say to this. Lorenzo asks, can protein bars be used in the 21 Day Fix diet?
Come on, Lorenzo. Killing me. No, if it's not a recipe, we have a Shakeology recipe bar in the book. I know everybody keeps asking me about Quest bars. Actually, I got asked about Quest bars so much that I had to go out and try a Quest bar. I was like, what is the deal with these things? Because everybody loves them. And they're not horrible. I will say this about a Quest bar. They're not bad. In the grand scheme of protein bars, they're one of the better ones I've seen. If you're on your first round of the 21-day fix, I don't want you to use them at all. I want you to stick with the book, make the Shakeology bar if that's what you need, but leave the protein bars and everything out. If you decide to start doing multiple rounds and you enjoy your Quest bars or other protein bars, I don't actually want you to count them as a red. I want you to count them as a treat, because at the end of the day, they have processed stuff in there. It's not stuff I want you to have every day. I don't want you to substitute a protein bar in when you could be eating real protein. Your body processes this so much better than it'll process a protein bar. So when you do finally put it back in there, like I said, count it as one of your treats and sub it out accordingly.
All right, 2 more questions.
2 more questions.
And we're done.
And we're wrapping up.
Hey Autumn.
Hi.
This is from Kevin.
Kevin.
I love the YouTube channel. What are you planning to post next, and how do I subscribe?
So fun, and so glad you asked. There is a subscribe button.
Below.
It's below.
Yep.
Sometimes it's up.
There's a link in the description.
There's a link below, so click that to subscribe. And actually, I post 2 videos every week typically. There's Tuesday and Thursday. I usually do 1 workout and 1 recipe gets posted. Because we have the live chat today, there will be a recipe tomorrow posted for a Shakeology bar. And then I got a lot of fun stuff coming up for you guys in the next few weeks. So stay tuned for that and check back often.
All right. One last rundown of all the meals, just real quick. Boom.
Last rundown. Oh, here's one other thing I'm going to say, because everybody always wonders what calorie bucket I'm in. I'm in the 15-something to 17.99 calorie bucket more often than not. Sometimes I bump up 1 more, again, if I'm lifting really heavy. But here's my day. It's egg whites scrambled with spinach, steel-cut oatmeal. It's seasoned with pumpkin pie spice, a midge of agave, and a little bit of peanut butter. It's chocolate Shakeology. It's done with a banana, peanut butter, almond milk, and ice. 2 eggs sunny side up, a piece of Ezekiel toast, a small apple, and 10 almonds. Ground turkey breast, it's 99% lean. Sweet potato, it's baked. All it has on it is a little bit of cinnamon and another apple. And then again, this would be meal 5 and 6. So half of this salad would be meal 5, and I would use all the turkey, and the other half would be meal 6, and I would use the same amount of turkey on there. I just drizzled it with olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of Mrs. Dash garlic herb. And that would be my day. It's sweet and simple. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. Check in tomorrow to find out that recipe for the chocolate Shakeology bar, and I'll see you guys again soon. Bye. Ow!